Hey YouTube, Invoked Rage 21 here, bringing you a Salamangreat deck profile. I personally love this deck. This deck is super cheap, easy to get into. The cards come in a pretty nice rarity too. They've done some rarity bumps, pushing some stuff to Ultra. You have Prismatic, Foxies. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into this, and we're gonna start off with our Salamangreat core. So we have the one Gazelle because it's limited. We have 3 Foxy, 2 Jaguar, 2 Spinny, 1 Foul, and 1 Falco. So your Gazelle is your best card. Your Gazelle is going to basically special summon itself when a Salamangreat leaves the field. It's going to pitch 1 Salamangreat to the grave, which essentially you're going to pitch your traps. Your Foxies are going to help search your Gazelle if you don't open Gazelle. You normal summon this and you get to activate the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Salamangreat card. If you do open Gazelle, then this is a perfect card to just normal summon to find your trap. Jaguar and Spinny are going to be really good extenders, as well as Falco and Foul. Jaguar I love just for the grind game. Spinny, you discard 1 Salamangreat, gains 500 attack. Then you can special summon it back from grave and extend, but it vanishes when it leaves the field. So those are our Salamangreat cards. So not too many. Next, our Salad spells and traps. So we're gonna do 2 Rage, 2 Roar, 2 Will, 1 Sanctuary, and 1 Circle. All right, so let's get into this real quick. So Circle is limited because it's a really good card. Basically, you're going to search a Salamangreat card. It is a quick play. It's pretty awesome. And you're essentially going to use this to get your Gazelle back. Sanctuary, we only play 1 because Baylink searches it, and we don't want to be bricking on it. Sanctuary is good extenders. You can special summon from your hand or grave. Roar is your negates, which are going to be great if you have a Link monster special summoned using itself. And Rage is going to be the pop cards on the field. So this is a very good line of spell and traps. I feel like the ratios are pretty good. Alright, next we're going to be playing the cards that are going to help you get to your Gazelle. It is going to be 3 Debug and 3 Signet Mining. Okay, so these cards are really good. Debug, when you normal summon it, you're going to get to search a Cyberse monster. You're going to search your Gazelle. Signet Mining, you're going to discard 1 and add a Cyberse to hand. So what you can do is activate Mining, search your Debug, normal Debug, and search your Gazelle. Generally, I will search the Debug off the Mining first, just to thin the deck, and then I will use Debug to get the Gazelle. I feel like that's my favorite play. You can use the Mining just to get the Gazelle. It's your call how you want to play it. Yeah, and essentially, even though you're only playing 1 Gazelle, you also play your 1 Circle. So this is basically 8 opportunities to open Gazelle. You have 7 searches for Gazelle and then Gazelle. So that's 8 different cards you can open if you're, playing a 40 card deck like I am. It's going to give you a good chance of opening up that Gazelle. And then on top of that, you have your other 3 cards, which are your Foxies, which won't necessarily, grant you Gazelle. It's definitely a chance you're taking Excavating 3, but it is another sub card that you can use to search that Gazelle if you don't open the other 8 cards. Okay, now for hand traps. So hand traps, this one is really good in Salamangreat because you can recur it from the grave using Wolf. So we're going to play 3 Ash, 3 Droll, and 3 Phantasme. So these are all just, obviously these hand traps go without saying. These are all good hand traps. But yeah, I feel like Ash gets a really good boost in this deck just because you can recur it. Droll is Droll and Phantasme is Phantasme. Clean up your hand. stop your opponent from searching more cards. Yeah, so this is nine hand trap lineup. Okay, next is for our draw cards. Now, this can be very dangerous, so be careful running this, Pot of Desires. So essentially what you want to do is you want to, if you don't open up your Gazelle, you have your Signet Minings, you have your Lady Debugs, you have your Circle, and if need be, if you don't have any of those, you have your 3 Foxy, which you can normal summon to try and find that Gazelle. So you essentially have 11, counting Gazelle, opening it, like 12 cards that you can essentially get Gazelle to hand. So you want to make sure you do all that before you pop this Desires. Once you do that, you can pop Desires, and this is why we don't play 1 Roar and 1 Rage, even though I've seen a few people do that, in case you hit them off Desires. But yeah, this can very well be a dangerous card. I don't generally banish Gazelle off of it because I'll search it before I pop it, but just in case, be careful with that. And then obviously we don't like dealing with Ash, so we play the 1 Call by the Grave, and it has other uses too. You can just set it. It's just a nice card to have. The deck is tight, so I play only 2 Parallel Exceed versus 3. I don't do the 4 Mud Skipper or any other stuff. This essentially is going to either get me Abyss Dweller, or it's going to get me Rafflesia. And then for the last card is 1 Gravedigger's Trap Hole. That's for the Rafflesia Trap Hole target. I was playing one other trap. You'll see it in the side deck, but one other target for Rafflesia. But I feel like Gravedigger's Trap Hole is the best one. Next, we're going to go into our extra deck. So obviously, 3 Banelings. This is going to search your Sanctuary. Sanctuary is a really good card. That's why we only play 1, because this is a link 1. So easy to get into and so easy to search that Sanctuary. On top of that, from the graveyard, it also has protection. So it can protect your Salamangreat cards. Really good. We play 3 Wolf. Wolf is amazing. Wolf is going to help get your spells or traps back from the grave. On top of that, it's going to be able to recur your fire monsters from grave. So let's say a card is special summon. It has an up and down arrow. Let's say you summon a monster to that arrow. You can now recur either a Salad card or an Ash Blossom from your graveyard to your hand. Let's say your opponent does it. You can do the exact same thing during their turn. Most people know to play around that. But if you're playing someone who wasn't paying attention and they summon to his up arrow, you can pretty much get an Ash Blossom back to your hand for free. You can get a Gazelle back to your hand. It's just really good. Next, I play the Heat Leo just because, well, I really can't answer that question. I don't know why I play the Heat Leo. I never go into it. But I just really like his art. So I throw the Heat Leo in there. I may just take this out. I was thinking about playing maybe another rank 4, or even, let's see, what can I really add? I can't think. I mean, I was thinking of also playing an Instant Fusion target and throwing an Instant Fusion in the deck to see how that would go just as an extender. But he's just there for now. Next, we play the Update Jammer Transcode Talker combo. So this is just a hit for game. What you would do is, the main combo I would generally have is, I would have Wolf, I'd get out Update Jammer with another extender, it gets out Transcode Talker summons back Update Jammer, and boom. Now you have 3 linked monsters. I believe Transcode is boosting all these by 500 attack, and they're essentially just going to smash for game. This is basically the very budget-friendly way of finishing out the game. Now, I also play, right now, 1 Avramax. So this essentially was my Access Code Talker, but I'm letting my buddy borrow it. So just pretend this is proxying for Access Code Talker. Yeah, this is basically the non-budget version of how you're going to close out games. So Access Code Talker is great. You get your pops. It's an $80 card right now, so I don't know if I would necessarily say invest into it. Just look out for a reprint, and hopefully when that comes out, everyone can be running Salamangreat at full power. I also play for an extender, just a Splash Mage. It's going to help you special summon from, I believe, Grave. And it's a nice card. It's just kind of there. I may replace it, but for now I'll leave it in. I also play a Nightmare Phoenix and a Trispania. These are for back row. Both really good. Trispania banishes. This is just a pop. You can also potentially be co-linked and get the extra draw, so that's pretty nice. And then for the rank 4s, I played Dweller for the graveyard. and Trap Trick Rafflesia for the Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Both good cards. You don't always open up Parallax Seed because I'm only playing 2. I don't want to open up one, especially on the other, get one of these out, and then late game open up that final Parallax Seed and just kind of have it as a dead card. But yeah, these are good. Summon this Rafflesia, has 2500 defense, so it's a nice little wall. And yeah, that is the extra deck. Go into a quick side deck. Okay, so side deck is pretty standard. 3 Nibiru, 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Imperm, probably going off frame. Ooh, 3 Lancia. So essentially, Nibiru, Lancia, other hand traps, Imperm, another hand trap, Dark Ruler to break boards, and then the last 3 cards I don't really know what to put in there right now. So I am playing. Just get all this off up. Just whatever. Just throw it off. Okay. I am playing just a Gamma Seal, the other Parallax Seed, and the Network Trap Hole. So what Network Trap Hole says is when your opponent special summons a monster from the main deck or graveyard, banish it face down. So I thought that was nice. I don't generally go into it. I'll generally use the Gravedigger's Trap Hole, but it's a nice card to just have there. Yeah, so that is a solid deck profile. Remember, this is a essentially budget option for pretty much anyone who wants to play like tier 2. This is a really good deck. There's been a lot of cards in it hit, but it's still very powerful. Once Access Code Talker is reprinted, this is will be a very budget-friendly deck, and I really recommend it to anyone who wants to play at a competitive level while having fun and, you know, not breaking the bank. Yes, this is Invoked Rage 21. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I will probably come at you guys with a few more, and like, comment, subscribe.